Stay true to value. Explore global bestsellers. Hi, this is Sally's Book Talk. Today we're diving into the book story, written by Hollywood screenwriter Robert McKee, a legend who's never penned major hits himself, but is hailed as the world's top screenwriting guru. Blockbusters like Forrest Gump, Gandhi, and Toy Story all share one thing. Key creatives trained by McKee. Statistics show his students have won 17 Oscars, 19 Emmys, and hundreds of other awards. Many say today's film industry relies on strong scripts. McKee's guidance could launch writing careers. Even if you're not a writer, storytelling skills matter in life. Like when HR asks about your proudest achievement in interviews, or creating immersive experiences for sales pitches. Public speaking that moves crowds requires killer storytelling to stand out. Learning Hollywood's script secrets makes you both film savvy and story strong. So how to craft great stories? First, structure determines. Second, show themes through actions, never lectures. Third, make characters believable and tailor stories to audiences. Let's start with this. Why do some movie stories move us while others don't? The author says, weak stories make two mistakes. First, being too personal with weak structure, basically writing dull diaries like a kid's school journal. Second mistake, over-engineered structure, meaning formulaic plots, like forgettable popcorn flakes cloned from templates. So structure is crucial. How then to master story structure? Storytelling is like taking your audience mountain climbing. It needs twists and turns to keep them hooked. This is achieved through 5 stages: exposition, inciting incident, rising action, climax, and resolution. Luc Besson's classic, Leon the Professional, exemplifies perfect structure. Let's analyze how this film structures stories like Mountain Ascents. The base camp is exposition, establishing context and protagonist status quo to engage viewers. Leon introduces its protagonist, a hitman named Leon, living in New York. He lives like a wandering ghost, his only companion being a potted plant. This lonely killer with no friends or family creates compelling intrigue to start our climb. Just as climbers tire, a thrilling cliff reignites energy. In storytelling, this requires an inciting incident that disrupts normalcy. It must completely shatter the protagonist's equilibrium. Only through seeking new balance can the plot progress. In Leon, 12-year-old Mathilda witnesses her family's murder by corrupt cops, forcing Leon to shelter her. This disruption launches escalating conflicts. Climbs have ascents and descents, mirrored in storytelling's rising action phase. Rising action means escalating challenges like plants BS, germ des levels growing, tougher yet achievable. In Leon, the hitman and girl face growing trials, from personality clashes to battling corrupt police, intensifying conflicts. The most anticipated summit is the story's climax. Typically, the climax is preceded by the story's greatest crisis. This crisis must present a true dilemma. Choosing between good and evil isn't a dilemma. True dilemmas involve choosing between 2 goods or 2 evils. Only this creates maximum pressure on the protagonist. In Leon, the climax shows the once cold hitman sacrificing himself to save Mathilda during a police showdown, dying with Stansfield. Leon chooses vengeance over self-preservation to help Mathilda. After climax comes resolution, like reaching a mountain lodge after summit. Resolution typically serves three purposes: showing aftermath, tying subplots, and providing emotional decompression. Imagine being emotionally invested, then abruptly seeing credits. That's jarring. Leon's ending is profoundly symbolic. Mathilda plants Leon's cherished potted plant in open soil, symbolizing his final rootedness. Though Leon dies, the girl finds love's strength, while the plant subplot resolves poetically. 5-act structure: exposition, inciting incident, rising action, climax, resolution, essential for commercial films. Structure is the story's skeleton. Strong bones support the narrative. This framework lets stories run steadily forward. Good structure creates engaging narratives and meaningful themes. This brings us to thematic essence, what we called central idea in school exams. So, how to convey themes through stories? The author warns, show themes through actions, not lectures. Let's use Liam, the professional, to explore its underlying theme. At its core, this is a redemption story. Though never explicitly stated, the director embeds this theme through characters' actions. Initially, Leon exists as a reclusive hitman living with only his plant and milk. He sleeps sitting up to maintain constant vigilance. Avoiding human connections preserves his emotional detachment for work. When terrified Mathilda knocks, Leon's eventual decision to open the door changes everything. Sunlight floods in with Mathilda, the frame glowing golden in this dressy moment. Two lonely souls begin their connection here. Their mutual redemption journey starts from this threshold. Mathilda learns self-defense and love through Leon. Leon rediscovers humanity's warmth through Mathilda. A quiet scene shows them sleeping peacefully together. Leon's armor finally shed. Actions speak louder than words in conveying themes. Thematic essence comprises two components. Value. Value refers to the story's core moral stance, revealed through climax choices. Protagonists' final actions demonstrate this value conclusively. Leon subverts expectations through its moral inversion. Typically, we view hitmen as villains and police as heroes. But here we see a compassionate killer. Battling deranged cop Stansfield Gary Oldman through love's lens. The climax powerfully affirms positive human values, no matter your past or mistakes. Love and kindness grant you the right to be loved. Now let's examine causation after discussing values. Causation explains why protagonists reach their fate, often through dominant factors. Complex stories may involve multiple forces, but usually one primary cause. Why would hitman Leon fall for a teenage girl? Why sacrifice himself willingly for her? The director planted answers in character introductions. Recall Leon's meticulous plant care in the opening. He cherished this plant more than himself. It's like me, no roots. Leon wasn't heartless, just trapped. The plant symbolized his remaining humanity, principled, no women. Children just stuck. Mathilda became his salvation, reviving that humanity. Themes require both action-driven values and causal logic. Structure is skeleton. Meaning is soul. But stories need muscles, context, blood, genre, nerves, characters. These combine with structure, meaning as stories' 5 elements. Context is audience entry point. 4 contextual dimensions: era, location, time frame, conflict level. Conflict level means opposition types: man vs. man, society, self. Example: cop films equals man vs. man, social dramas equals man vs. system. Coming-of-age stories often explore man vs. self. Tailor conflict levels to your audience. For example, present sales stories differently to investors vs. employees. For investors, focus on capital aspects. For users, emphasize product utility. With colleagues, analyze lessons learned. Same story framed differently by audience. Films use genre categorization to target specific demographics. Canrains emerge commercially, successful prototypes spawn imitations. Marketing leverages. Comparisons, like hit movie, attracts established fan bases. China's Lost in Comedy trilogy exemplifies genre exploitation. Major genres: romance, horror, westerns, epics, war films, historical dramas, comedies. Romance targets teens, young couples, requiring idealized love narratives. Essential elements: attractive leads, undying devotion. Eternal themes. Titanic exemplifies romance war films, skew male, mature demographics. War genre demands historical accuracy, spectacle, camaraderie, pertaining humanity. Pearl Harbor and Saving Private Ryan demonstrate war genre conventions. Genres constrain creativity while meeting audience expectations. Earlier warning about overstructuring contradicts genre advocacy. Why promote genre benefits after criticizing rigid structures? Genres duality, commercial safety, vs. creative limitation. Genre constraints, paradoxically, fuel innovation. Like dancing in chains, akin to strict poetic forms in classical Chinese verse. Master rules before breaking them. No structure, no innovation. Genre blending creates fresh narratives. Enabling exemplifies this. Luc Besson, French auteur, thriving within Hollywood's system. His secret: mastering then subverting genre conventions. Leon delivers action brilliance through hitman narrative, yet interweaves pure romance. Some loves shine. Writer, Unspoken became cult classic. This unsaid affection resonates deeper with audiences. Quotes became mantras for 90 cinephiles. Dual coming-of-age arcs. Hitman and girl mature reciprocally. Leon's physical age contrasts Mathilda's emotional maturity. Survival skills. Fias life appreciation. Mutual completion through relationship. Character crafting anchors. Narrative authenticity. Character arcs must mirror 5-act structure through gradual revelation. Mated exposition. Strategically unveil traits across narrative beats. Introduce core traits during exposition phase. Characterization equals sum of observable qualities. Shaping audience perception. These combined traits form a unique character composite. Appearance, mannerisms, speech patterns, age, profession, values, all shape character authenticity. Balanced elements make character actions believable within narrative logic. Forrest Gump's 75 IQ. Persistence and simplicity justify his iconic running motif. Inciting incidents demand deeper character revelation beyond surface traits. This reveals core essence, who they truly are beneath appearances. Characters face first. Major challenge here. Their desires and motivations emerge through crisis response. Forrest's stupid luck brings football fame and presidential meetings through relentless running. Beneath success lies his lifelong desire for childhood sweetheart, Jenny's love. Rising action applies pressure to expose inner contradictions. Forrest thrives publicly, but fails romantically. Maintaining innocence through rejections. Jenny's self-destructive path contrasts Forrest's unwavering kindness. Climactic growth emerges from accumulated choices during rising action. Homecoming brings terminal Jenny and their son to Forrest. Their final days together complete Forrest's emotional journey. The untimid boy becomes devoted husband, father, transcending IQ through pure humanity. Good stories follow patterns, establish setting, genre craft believable characters with clear motivations, structure using buyback progression, deliver satisfying yet surprising climax. This formula generally produces competent narratives. Let's analyze Leon through today's framework. Setting: urban fringe location pits, hitman girl against corrupt cop. Exploring moral duality, genre blending mastery. Action: romance, coming of age. Elements: interwoven. Structurally precise 5-act construction creates clockwork tension. Characterization: ruthless yet tender. Hitman, motivated by protective love. Counterpart: rebellious orphan girl seeking vengeance. Antagonist: Stansfield, Gary Oldman, classical music-loving, psychopath cop. Achieves iconic villain status. The climactic shootout becomes cinematic legend. Leon's sacrificial death completes character arc, smiling fulfillment in final moments. His plant's transplantation symbolizes taking root through love. Mathilda delivers the thematic crux. The deepest love becomes living as your lost beloved. Redemptive love's positive value resonates powerfully. Final summation. What can Hollywood screenwriting teach us? First, structure is storytelling's backbone. Learn Hollywood's 5-act structure: exposition, inciting incident, rising action, climax, resolution. Second, show themes through actions, not lectures. Use value causation method to reinforce themes. Third, employ genre strategies for target demographics while ensuring character authenticity. Believable characterization anchors narrative credibility. This concludes our book exploration. Key notes below. Until next time.